Namaste, warm welcome, dear friends. I see Ramakanta ji has joined, many other friends are joining, many are seeing online, many will watch it later. Thank you so much for joining today's session on. We are doing this inner journey sessions, and this is our eighth session. So every Tuesday we meet for the session, especially these sessions are meant to do inner journey, and we keep meditation as our main focus. So, friends, as always, we are going through this session in parts. First, we are going to talk about the messages from the mountain, which is the message that I share, which I received from Mount Kailash, and it can be helpful for everyone. Second, we will go into Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. There are 112 techniques in that book. The 110 techniques are what I'm sorry, 112. Why I'm missing the two techniques. So we have already practiced seven techniques. Today is the eighth technique of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra that we will be talking and practicing. Third part of the session is, the meditation part of it, where we want to spend a lot of time with meditation practice. And then the fourth part of the session is sharing. We share our experience. So Jayashri ji has also joined. Thank you so much for joining. And good to see you. Good to see everyone. Yeah. So, friends, uh, this is so beautiful. Whenever I talk about Mount Kailash and the energy of Shiva, it has always been for me awareness, right? So I feel if we can be aware in whatever we are doing in our life, we will do it right. We will do it the best, right? We will do it divine. We will do it with compassion. So that's why the practice of awareness, the practice of meditation. And whenever I think of Mount Kailash, it is actually our inner Kailash. That's a symbolism of awareness. That is what I feel, at the depth. And of course, it's a beautiful mountain. And I always say, if anyone gets a chance to do this yatra, you should do it once in a lifetime, this beautiful yatra of Kailash Mansarovar. So, friends, the today's message of Kailash Mansarovar is about karma. And what I got the message is karma is real. We have a cause and an effect coming on in our life. When we go with the life, it always there is a cause and an effect. We think, why is this particular thing there in my life? Why is this problem there in my life? Or sometimes, why is this blessing there in my life? I have such a beautiful family, such a beautiful home. Others don't have it. Why do I have it? So friends, there is a karma. There is a cause behind that, and that the effect is going on here. So there are different types of karma. I'm not going into that. Probably you can read about karma. But today's message is, especially when we talk karma, it is mostly suffering, right? So we feel, oh my God, this part of me is so difficult. This relationship is so difficult. This financial problem is so difficult. Or probably this health issue that I'm dealing with is so difficult. I can't go on with it anymore. Why? We have this question. So, friends, why is because there is a cause. And when sometimes you go and understand the cause, you can release the karma. So in a way, I have been working with past lives for like a decade now, and uh, people keep working on karma, doing healing, which is all very good and beautiful. But what brings ultimate healing and the release of bad karma is the final lesson is compassion. That's the message for what I got today from the mountains. Because you see, in Kailash Mansarovar also, there are people who are going there for parikrama, and it's a very difficult path of doing the parikrama for 3 days. Many Tibetans, you will see, they take a more um, arduous or more harder part to the parikrama. They will step one, they will take one step, then they will lie down, and then they will bow down, and it's take 11 to sometimes 3 to 5 4 weeks to complete the parikrama, where any person can complete the parikrama in 3 days. So right, so what they are doing, they're trying to shed their karma. They say, oh, it's so difficult, I'm going to shed my karma, right? So that's also beautiful, because anything can make us humble, anything can make us compassionate. And I think that path that they are taking is making them more compassionate, more humble. And that's how they are releasing the karma. Because sometimes when we go to difficult times, we say, okay, this is a difficult time, and I'm going to go through it with total awareness. That's what we call the sadhana, right? And we want to release the karma. But ultimately, what releases the karma is compassion, friends. The practice of compassion, first towards your own self, and then towards others, right? We cannot be compassionate. Like even Buddha said, do not exclude yourself from compassion, right? So if you're excluding yourself from compassion, that's also, we are not getting where we want to be, right? So that's the message, friends. The practice of compassion. That's what I got today morning when I was meditating, and then I was very surprised to read this eighth sutra, which is completely based on that. But before I go to the eighth sutra, let me just do a quick recap of all the sutras that we have practiced. Friend, if you read this book, you'll find this sutra is made in a way that by and by, as you practice, by and by, even when I'm practicing it, you will find if you do one sutra well, you will learn others. It will naturally come. It is so beautifully intricated, right? So that's why we are playing with all the sutras, right? And we see what works for us. So the first sutra was very easy. When you are breathing, you need to focus on the gap between the breath. So inhale, there is a pause, small pause. Exhale, then exhale and inhale, there is a pause, right? So the sutra is about focusing on this tiny pause, this tiny gap. That is the first sutra. Okay. Then the second sutra is a little modification. These are techniques. See, these are like, it's scientific techniques. You do that, you'll get the result. Something like that, right? So second sutra goes a little deep, or a little more variation, you can say. So as you're breathing and breathing out, there is a turning point, right? So it's not about the pause. They're telling to focus on the turning point, the curves. So inhale, exhale, so there is a curve, and exhale, inhale, again there is a curve, right? So it's the turning point. That's as simple. Second sutra. Third sutra, again a variation. It says fusion. So it says when you are inhaling and exhaling, there is a point that the two breath are fusing. Some people get this. See, it is about explaining things to different people. Some people don't understand. So probably I am explaining something, right? You don't understand that, right? Probably your friend is talking about the same thing. Suddenly you get it. Oh, okay, okay, this is what it is, right? It is something like that. Everybody will not get everything, right? So that's the reason so many techniques are given. So first sutra, the person doesn't understand. Maybe the person is clicking for the first sutra but not the other. It's vice versa. Second is easier. Okay, I can look at the turning point, but the pause is difficult, so I can't do that. Okay, turning point is good for me. Maybe that works for you. Third is, oh, I don't understand turning point, but the fusion, yeah, I really feel. So what do you feel? Can you go blank? Can you go calmer? Whatever will fit your personality. See, these are designed to fit your personality, right? So the fusion point in the center. Then the fourth sutra is about the natural stop. So what they are saying is, whenever you are doing a daily activity, like I'm talking, I stop, right? And when I stop, I'm just observing what's happening, because I've given my nervous system like a jerk, and it says, stop, I'm not doing anything. And in that moment, I'm practicing awareness. So that's also a beautiful practice in your daily life. We can practice this stop technique. And then the fifth sutra is talking about focusing on the third eye, because this is a very magnetic center. Many people don't get the breath, but when they are told, when you are breathing, inhaling, exhaling, you can take your attention to your third eye, right? And suddenly you will feel that there is invisible breathing, which is actually the prana. Why we are focusing on the breath is not because of the oxygen focusing. We are focusing on the prana, the energy, right? And then sixth sutra. You can, by the way, read all these in this beautiful book. It's called the Book of Secret. There are 112 meditation to discover. Uh, and it is decoded by Master Osho, right? That's what we are taking in, because this is more of a more easier version for us to understand, because there are many variations of this book. But I think for practice, this one is the most easiest. Okay, so we're talking about the sixth sutra. It says, when in worldly activities, you be with the breath, whatever you are doing, sleeping, eating, walking, you come back to the breath. Sometimes we are bored. What will I do? Come back to the breath. Sometimes you are lying down, you don't have anything to do, you're so bored. What to do? Come back to the breath. You are in a traffic jam, don't know what to do, you're stuck, feeling irritated. Okay, come back to the breath. So this is also a practice that we can imbibe in our life, right? And then Sutra 7, the intangible breath center of the forehead reaches the heart. So we practice it in the last session. If you're not done, by the way, you can get all these sessions in my YouTube channel. All the sessions are there: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and today is the eighth. So it says about focusing on the third eye and then bringing the attention to the heart, right? So it's also a very beautiful practice with the breath. And today's eighth sutra is what I spoke in the beginning. How I got the message of compassion from Mount Kailash. This message is related to that. It says, with utmost devotion, or you can say utmost compassion, center on the two junctions of the breath and know the knower. Know the knower. So friends, many of us are heart oriented. We are just not technical. Many, all these uh, seven sutras that we have gone through, they are very technique oriented, right? This sutra is for people with a heart, who don't like the scientific approach a lot. Possibly a person like me, oh, this is so mundane, like so mechanical. There should be some sweetness in it. There should be some bhakti in it, some love in it, some compassion in it. So this technique is for them. So what we will be doing today is, when you are breathing and inhaling and exhaling, right? So you, whatever you believe in, whomever you love, like, think of the god, or somebody whom you love. It could be your daughter, your son, your husband, your wife, or like a guru, your mother, your father, anybody. What do you feel when you think of that person, of that god? You know, there's a nice feeling about it. So we bring that nice feeling, that devotion, that love. And the question is, how can I love my breath? This mundane breath, how can I love that? So it says your body is a temple. You can treat your body very badly. Oh, junk food, lot of media, nonsense news, no exercise, right? How you're treating your body, right? Sometimes we treat our body very badly. And you can also treat your body like a temple. Like when you're eating, you are feeling that, oh, I'm feeding my God, the person whom I love, my respect. I'm feeding my body like that. I'm taking a bath, so I'm bathing the Lord. So it's our perspective, friends. We can say this body has been gifted to us by the universe. It's not gifted by us, right? We have not created this body. Where it came from? It's a gift, right? How you take care of it is up to you. So in this sutra, it is about treating the body as a temple. And so when you are sitting in your temple, you're sitting with that devotion in your mind. Oh, this is the Lord's temple. My Lord dwells in this. If you believe in that, your breath will you'll find your breath like a devotion, because you're breathing, you're doing, that's how you know your body is alive. The breath is keeping your body alive, this temple energetic, this you're feeding a lot of love through your breath. Your breath becomes just not mechanical breath, it becomes a breath of love, compassion, right? So you can read further about it in the book, but this is just a quick understanding of the technique. Sutra 8, we are going to focus on this breath and the curve, especially in the curve, right? And we are going to do it with utmost devotion. So if you're not feeling devotion, I would say think of your master, your guru, whomever you believe, God, uh, an idol, or like a mountain. Like I love the Mount Kailash. I am so happy, when I'm thinking of that mountain. I smile, I feel happy, right? So you will also have something like that. Think of that, and similarly, when you see something like that, know that this is also divine. If that is divine, this is also divine. And sit with your body today like you're sitting in your temple, right? So, friends, I welcome all of you. Let us now head towards our real practice, the meditation practice. So, I'm going to play the music. Take all your time to settle down. So, friends, this technique asks you to focus on the turning point of your breath, the tiny moment when your inhalation ends and becomes an exhalation, and when your exhalation ends and becomes an inhalation, right? So I would like you all to sit very relaxed. Cross your hands, cross your legs. If you're on a chair, cross your legs. If you're wearing a spectacle, remove your spectacle and gently close your eyes. So when you are closing your eyes today, you're just not watching your breath, like a scientist. You are doing it with a heart full of love, trust, and faith. So, first, I would invite you to think or imagine this God, this divine being, or this divinity that is close to your heart. It could be anything. It could be a mountain. It could be, a place that you have been, or a temple, where you really felt good. If you get a chance, you will again want to be there again. So I'd like you to visualize this love, this, the place of safety, the place of trust. Visualize this and feel it in your heart, friends. So as you imagine this divinity in your heart, maybe it is your guru, your God, a place wherever you feel safe, you feel faith, you trust that energy. And similarly, treat your body like a holy temple and realize that it is not just you breathing. Today, the divine energy within you is breathing. The breath that is moving is the divine energy in you moving. Feel your breath like that. So today we are not using this meditation to transform a mechanical observation. We are actually transforming this mechanical observation into a sacred observation or a sacred encounter, right? So sit down very comfortably. Instead of seeing your body as a machine or a biological tool, shift your attitude. See your body as a sacred temple, the beautiful abode of the divine. And you are watching your breath, especially by looking at these turns, the inhale and the exhale, with this loving attitude. You will find the knower, the silent witness in you. So as you feel your body like a temple, like a abode of the divine, start watching this movement of the breath. And also, gradually, you can stop the idea or drop the idea that you are the one breathing. Feel that if the divine within you is that who is breathing. So every inhalation is a gift being received by the temple. Every exhalation is a surrender. See if you can breathe like this. As you focus on these gaps, these are not just dry or cold gaps. We are feeling utmost devotion. Just know that how your body is surviving, who is actually breathing. When you go into these questions, you will find that the divine is breathing. It is actually the divine who takes care of you, your life. And when we feel this, there is a deep sense of gratitude an affection for the life force that is moving within us. So, dear friends, feel this breath moving inside you, especially the sacred junction, the sacred turning of the breath. Take your attention there, rest your attention there, and be filled with gratitude, love towards yourself, compassion towards yourself. You are witnessing your mind, your body, your thoughts, your emotion as divine. Even if it's painful, even if it's negative thoughts, even if it's running thoughts, know that it is a play of the divine. You are the witness. And whatever you are encountering, it's a pleasure or a pain, a quietness in the mind, or rapid thoughts, it's all divine. And gently bring yourself back into the breath. Look at the turning points of the breath as you are watching a divine phenomenon, the divine breathing inside you. By staying at these turning points with love, you will eventually notice that there is someone inside who is aware of your breath, who is aware of the gap, who is aware of the love. This is the knower. Simply be with the knower or the witness. You are no longer the one doing the breathing. You are the silent, loving presence watching the divine at the work. Keep watching, keep being the knower. You are knowing about this divine phenomenon happening inside and around you. Be watchful. What is happening? And you watch it with utmost divinity, with love, with compassion. You're not hating what you're watching. Know that this is a play of the divine, good or bad, easy or fast. Whatever is the divine. Let's practice for another 10 to 15 minutes. Be the knower. another 5 minutes. One more minute. Before we come back, friends, gently move your body, rub your hands, make them warm. Gently put it on your eyes and very slowly you can open your eyes. So that's very good, friends. Wonderful. Thank you for joining today, for giving your presence whenever we are together. Our, uh, the power of meditation is so more powerful, right? And it helps everyone to, benefit from this shared energy. So today's practice, if anybody has any sharing, anything, any realization, they can unmute and share. And we can also share it in the group. If you want, you can text. If you don't feel like talking now, that's also fine. We can carry this, devotional quality into our daily lives. So we can practice whenever we are eating. We feel that, the divine is eating inside me. Whenever we bathe, we feel that, divine is bathing. It's a sacred uh, ritual. All all what we do in our life, we can make it as a sacred ritual. Many masters, they say the meditation begins when we leave the meditation seat, right? So that is the purpose of sitting and meditating. We do the practice for us to remind that, okay, now let me take this into my daily life, right? So this constant attitude of devotion. So friends, attitude changing this is the best way, this how because this needs practice. Our attitudes are so deeply ingrained. Um, we don't change this, but this beautiful attitude towards divine makes the path, the centering, much easier, and it's also very beautiful. you know so we don't do this for anybody else. If we are seeing the divinity in the tree, in the dog, in the cat, in the mountains, in the trees, life becomes more beautiful. Even the toughest lesson, sometimes we know the divine is at play. Sometimes it hurts us, right? But the more and more we understand, because this is a question that stuck in my head: who is breathing inside you? It was a very powerful question, and I didn't have an answer, and that is still very interesting. So if we are not taking our breath, which is the very basic fundamental of life, then what else can we have power on? So for devotional people who are heart centered, this is a very beautiful practice. The sutra number 8. Um, watch the scent, the breath with devotion. If you have any questions regarding it, you can, discuss it. Maybe you want to share, that's also fine. Otherwise, we just take this practice into our daily life. Minimum 3 days you practice it. Osho says 3 days you play with a technique. And, if something, it is there for your personality, it will click for you. Right? And then you can keep practicing it for the next 3 months. All right. So thank you so much, friends, for joining again today. We'll have discussions probably in the group, and we practice this week. Next week, we come with the 9th technique of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. All these are breath technique, the first 1 to 9 that we are practicing. So the breath technique is last technique we'll practice next Tuesday. So till then, thank you so much, and let's practice meditation. Let's practice remembering the divine as much as we can. Thank you, friends. Bye bye.